Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mark from Red Rock Running Company. I'm here with Kenan Daggy and Carter Prater, two record holders in the 5K here in Nevada. We're going to ask them some questions. Carter, I'm going to start with you. Um, you're a junior this year, and I coach cross country, and I always knew you were good. Um, Last season, your PR was 16:28.7. How did you go from 16:28.7 to 14:58.7? 90 seconds in one season.
Miles. I think that's it. I mean, I was like 60, 50 to 60 last cross season, but since the summer I've been putting in 70 every
70 miles.
every week.
The miles are working for you.
Yeah.
Okay, you had an opportunity to shout out Coach Shepard, but you didn't take it. So.
Well, yeah.
No,
I mean,
no, he didn't do it, Coach. He didn't do it. No.
Coaching, but yeah, I mean, he's learning stuff. We're always learning stuff. We're always trying stuff new. Lots of tempos, go-to stuff. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but I mean, I think it really comes down to miles in the end.
Nice. Kenan, you were on everybody's bingo card. We saw you last year because of the transfer. You couldn't score, but you were winning a lot of races. Then you got hit with an injury.
Yeah.
Tell us about the race where you broke the state record. What was going through your mind?
And that was a tough one because like the week leading up to it, I had a cold and I had to take the Thursday off to because it was really bad. So then leading up to the race, I was like, but what happens happens. So then during the race, I saw Carter take off. I think Jack told him, "Don't be scared." Is that what he said?
It was like 0.5 into it, and Jack was like, "Just go."
Yeah.
Just go. Why are you slowing down?
Yeah. He took off after that. I was like, "Oh my god." So then the whole race was just trying to focus on his back and pray I could hold on.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
So after the race, Sport and Coach Callan both came to me separately, and each one of them said the same thing: that if Carter wasn't there, you wouldn't have broke the state record. That his footsteps, ahead of you and behind you, motivated you to move ahead. What do you think of that statement?
Easily, no doubt. I think if Carter wasn't there, maybe even Carson beats me. I think him being there really helped drag me at badly because I said I was sick. So focusing on him, having him pull me when it started hurting, really did make the difference. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I was at different spots in the race. I was taking some film, and it seemed like early on there were different points. I think you took the lead. I think at one point Carson took the lead, and then it wasn't really until maybe 3/4 of a mile to go that you pulled ahead. Is that right? It was after the desert loop. I
It
want
was
to say.
when we got to the lake.
Yeah, when we got to when we made the uphills when I started. Yeah, when I took it, it was what was that 0.3 left?
Yeah.
So just a 1/4 mile to go.
Yeah.
You got to work on your kick.
Yeah, I fell back, and then I think I was 5 seconds behind him, and then the sprint I caught up a little bit.
Yeah, people told me you closed the gap. I was like,
Half second apart. Did you see at the finish there was a lady that was walking right in front of you?
Yeah.
I didn't see her because, I said, I was blacking out. I didn't see anything.
That whole race, there were so many. There's where we're at the lake, and you gotta turn down into the grass.
Mhm.
There was a big lady just sitting there in the middle, and I was like, what? What am I supposed to do?
So if you find yourself at a cross country race and it's at a public park, get out of the way of the runners. You might get tossed into a lake or something. You never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
I tell my kids over at Shadow Ridge that cross country, we practice from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. That to be successful at cross country, it's more than just 2 to 4 p.m. What are some of the things you guys do? We'll start with Kenan, then go to Carter. Outside of the practice running hours, what do you do to be successful at cross country?
Well, I don't know if you know, but at Canyon Lake, I work with Eric Klein, who's my physical trainer. So I lift weights there 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that really helps with strength and stuff, including through kicks. And then, of course, I don't watch what I eat, but I make sure I eat. I always make sure I'm hydrated. I always make sure I have food. Of course, I'm going back fast food every day, but I'll get into it.
Nice.
Every morning, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I do a daily double because it would be really hard to run 70 miles a week only running once a day.
Yeah, especially with the heat.
I get in a run in the morning, early in the morning, and then I'd say that, my coach obviously does a great job for teaching us. He makes a big point of teaching us what to do and what's the best thing to do. But I would say that probably the most important is try to get in protein to replenish my muscles and stuff, and always trying to stay hydrated. And then I would say when it comes to like race day, like the day before the race, I'd say having a system or like having something that you do every single time, making sure that it works every single time is very important.
Nice. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought the conditions on Saturday weren't going to be good enough for the state record. I thought it was going to be too hot, even though you started at 7:30 a.m. It was about probably 80 degrees by then. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought Desert Twilight was going to be the meet where it was going to happen. Desert Twilight is coming up in a couple weeks. I wouldn't be surprised to see the state record drop again. We got some athletes from Nevada coming down. For the rest of the season, if somebody else might threaten you with the state record, who do you think that might be? Sawyer Macy, out of Carson.
Out of Carson,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's him. I think he hasn't ran a 5K yet. I think if he does, he might be there.
Same answer?
Yeah, or Carson. You never know. He could just have a great race and stuff.
Yeah.
Always run fast.
Talk about your relationship with Jack.
Oh yeah. I mean, last season, track season, he dusted me every single race basically. We had 2 mile at night. It was in twilight 2 mile, and we had like a crazy last 200-meter kick where it was like the only race where I was like even close to him, like at all. And this summer, the whole summer, we've been running together and training, putting in miles and stuff, and it's great to have somebody that actually like that I can do this stuff with. Like I can't imagine. I feel like for you, between your 1-2, it's a bigger gap than between me and Jack at some points in the season. So like I feel like it can be kind of hard to have to do a pacing workout and then you have somebody that's not right in front of you or right next to you.
You had Kip last year. Are you missing working with Kip?
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course I miss Kip. Yeah, that's my boy. But I got Jaden now, and Jaden ran like 15:37 now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. I do most of my runs with him. Workouts, maybe he could be there sometime. Like he's usually there. So that's the one.
College plans?
Ooh, I don't know yet, but I'm looking at some.
You got to be attracting some attention, both of you.
Yeah. I was looking at maybe BU, maybe Colorado, maybe UW's up reach, but UW would be nice.
Nice. So we're kind of experiencing this like golden age in Nevada for track and cross country. There's been nationally ranked athletes in track, shot putters, 400 runners, 100 meters. Now we've got guys that are nationally ranked in cross country in the 5K. Is it just right place, right time? Is it coaching? What do you attribute it to? We'll go Kenan first.
I think it's coaching. I think finally the coaching's blending together. Of course, there's more athletes who are going into cross country, but when you have the right coaches, I know Shepard's great. I think Coach Cowan's great. I think you're great for Shadow. I think once you get all those great coaching done, you're gonna have great athletes come out of it, and that's what's really happened. Even Coach Anderson, formerly, he's done a great job there. So.
Yeah, I know Shep. He's always contacting the biggest coaches, like the American Fork. This summer, we went up to American Fork to go run with them, learn, and like, talk to the coaches and stuff. And I think that counts for a lot of it. And I feel like in like the races, I feel like when you have so many people that run fast, everybody just runs faster because there's just competition. Everybody wants to be the best.
Yeah. We just had the hottest summer in record in Las Vegas. How hard was it for you to get your summer training in?
I mean, we would go early in the morning, which would be really nice. But my night runs when I had to double, some of those were pretty difficult because it was just hot. But I made sure I hydrated a lot during the summer, of course. And I have a job, so I gotta deal with that stuff too. But yeah, I mean, staying hydrated for sure was good. But it wasn't that difficult. I definitely think it's getting more difficult now that we're throwing in more difficult like workouts and stuff. But it was fun.
Kenan?
I mean, especially in long runs, like when you have to be out there for so long and you really let the sun come up, I think that's what I had to. And workouts, when the sun just creeps up a little bit and you're burning under there. So yeah, it's hard to stay focused, but as long as you stay hydrated, you got it.
So for those of you who might be at the beach in California where it's a nice 72-degree day in the summer, or I don't know, the mountains in Colorado, the low temperature for a lot of days here in Las Vegas was 85 degrees. So when they say starting in the morning, the lowest temperature they got was like 85 degrees. So it takes a toll.
For sure.
It takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on staying healthy. Goals for the season: we're running in 4A. Might be bumped to 5A next year. You're running in 5A. Start with you. What's your season goal, individual and team?
Individually, of course, just go as far as I can. You know, if I can get into a good NXR race, you never know what can happen with that. Team, we want a perfect score at state.
Perfect score at state.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
points.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's our goal for sure.
love it. Kenan?
Hopefully make it to NXN. That's like, you know, the main goal. As a team, we really want to win state. I know you're in our division, but like that's the goal. We
You
want to
never
win
know what's
state.
going to happen.
Yeah, Boulder's one of those courses where you don't know what's gonna happen. So, I mean, it'd be nice to get in through 1440, hopefully at the highlight or something. But as a team, we want to win state. And
What's the pace of 1440? Go.
It's 440.
Correct. 440. I might have just had some people running that pace this morning.
Oh,
okay. All right, guys. Thanks for spending your time with me. Shout out to both your coaches. I know them both well. I think they're great coaches, except Shep's kind of a knucklehead. Just kidding. We love you, Shep. So, yeah, good luck the rest of the season.
Of course.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming in.